Kids in the 1970s loved collecting Wacky Packages stickers. I remember them. That's the era I grew up. They would trade them with their friends and stick them on their school books and bedroom walls. Welcome back to SM Postcards. Today, I got a full agenda right down here. We got the what sold. Sold 14 cards. We'll go through those real quick, talk a little bit about each one, what they sold for, and a little bit about the cards. Then for the special topic, Wacky Packages. Not a postcard. Remember, I do trade cards as well, and then I do these stickers and garbage pail kits. You'll find those when you do postcards. When you're looking for postcards, a lot of times you'll find trade cards, so I do sell them. They're not fast sellers sometimes, but there is some money. We'll walk through these Wacky Packages stickers and a little history. I'm not an expert on them, but I wanted to get, more involved, more details, so when I go and do find them, what to look for. And I think it'll help you. Then I got a poll. Everybody talks about this AI. AI is going to take jobs. AI is going to do this. They're taking over. It's been around for a long time. They're just learning how to market it, people into the public, and people using it in different ways. It's going to do amazing things for us, amazing things for the world. I look at it, technology as a positive, and we just need to change. We wouldn't be where we're at today with these little guys, cell phones and stuff like that, if we didn't put our arms around innovation and technology. Sure, companies will make money off of it. There's some privacy issues and stuff like that, but that's always been there. They'll work through it. So we're going to talk about the AI descriptions in eBay. I put a poll out there. Do you use eBay AI descriptions in your listings? And we'll show you the results. And I got some examples of a couple of my listings, if I use them, what it would do. And then a couple of viewer comments at the end. I always go over at the end of the video. Before I get into that, I know everybody's getting these emails. They come out in masses sometimes, and I think they're kind of funny. People talked about them, but look at this. It says, "Hi Mark, we're excited to let you know we increased the selling limit on your account to $50 million. Some people have unlimited or billion. This means you can list more. There's no charges or fees, etc. like that." How many of you out there have gotten a letter like this lately in the last few months? I don't even look at my listing limits ever since I reached a long time ago. So this made me go in and look at things a little closer today before I did the video when I got this letter. But $50 million, I'll never list that. But I went in there and I went into my active listings. I just wanted to see how many watchers are on there, how many are ending, and stuff like that, because you can click on that little where it says active listings up at the top, survey or summary. I think it's summary, and it'll give you this. But here's my little string from that, just right before the video. I got 53,207 active listings with offers awaiting your response. I don't do offers like that, counter offers or whatever, our best offer that often. So I don't get a lot of those. Then with questions, I don't get that many questions. And then I got to watchers, 4,877 watchers on my stuff. That's why I do automatic offers. Whenever I see offers come in, I put 10%, click automatic, no counter offers, and just let it go. I don't do a lot every day because it's automatically going out. So I got 4,877. How many of those are available, are valid for offers? And when did they send the automatic ones out? I don't know. If someone could tell me, it'd be great. But I'm not going to sit there and click 4,877 offers over a week's time. I just let it go. Let eBay do the work. Then ending today. I got 900 items ending today in my store. I don't do end and relist, end and sell similar and stuff like that. It just rolls over, and so I'm going to have 900 things end and restart. It'll be the same thing, and it goes through. It does that every day, but 900. So I kind of went through and looked at my stats. Everything looked good. I'm top rated. I don't have any bad feedback. It's about the only time I looked at it. This message spurred me to go in there and look at my stats a little bit closer. But it was interesting to see a larger store and that many watchers. So maybe you guys got more. Let me know. Put in the comments where you're at on some of these numbers, and maybe or come up with a poll. Let me know. Maybe it's a poll. How many watchers do you have on your stuff? And you click active summary. Might be a poll and stuff. So I thought I would share that. And if you get that email, let us know in the comments as well. How many did they give you? Well, let's go and get started on what's sold. I sold 14 cards, a lot of ship cards, different ones. I got one little higher value one that we'll go through. It's been out there since September last year. We went out to Brimfield, Massachusetts and stuff. So it's been sitting for a while. First one I sold was USS Salt Lake City. It's a publisher card. It's one they bought as Chrome card, $4.75. I don't know if it's the same guy that buys these, a collector, but I've sold more of these in the last year than ever, and they're well done and stuff like that, but they're the National Postcard Week. This is from 1989. This one sold. Both of these together sold for $9.50. And then this one's always a neat one. I've seen this one before, National Postcard Week, Glimpse into Yesteryear, and it has a limited edition. That's the unicorn or the carousel one, and it has a limited edition number on it. So there was 700, this is number 774. So both of those postcards we got. I list them, they're $4.75, and they sold. I had one guy come in and bought them, all of mine. I had 22 of them or something in there, a couple duplicates, and he bought them all. I didn't know I had that many. So I do list those, and I do get, you know, the basic $4.75 for them. Next one is the guy bought two of the same card, and this is the Round Top Mountain near Jasper, Arkansas. He bought both of these. That's Jasper Mountain near Arkansas. Unposted, both of them. They're both the same card, and they paid $9.50 full price for those. Next one sold for $5.65. This is the Unisphere showing escorters. I guess those are the escorters, and that's the Unisphere, and that's the little carts that go around them. It's got a scalloped edge on the side. That really doesn't give you any extra money or anything. Chrome card, unposted, and that sold for $5.65. I'm not for sure if that was from an expo or World Fair or anything. It doesn't look like it. Kind of looks like a World's Fair one or whatever, but $5.65. This is the one that sold for more money than I normally sell for. This sold for $32.50. This is a real photo. It's an Azul stamp box on the back, triangles all up. So it's about 1910 or so. But this is the Monsoon baseball team. And that's, Monsoon is over by Palmer, Massachusetts, Brimfield area where we stayed. And that sold for $32.50, and that's a real photo postcard. So that will go in a box with a top loader and stuff to the person because they pay shipping for that Ground Advantage. I don't free ship those or put them in an envelope. They get special on there because I don't sell many of those. Next one is a USS PT-9. Around the 1940s it says, right there. But that's a PT boat. $4.75. Next one is Snow Village Lodge, Snowville, New Hampshire. Posted 1961. That's Snow Village Lodge, right there. I guess there's mountains there. Posted 1961. $4.75. Sold another ship. This is Constellation. It's at the Baltimore Museum Aquarium is where they keep that. It says it's a Continental size card. It's actually a little bigger than a Continental if I remember right. I might have to put it in a 5x7 sleeve. I'm not for sure, but that was a $4.75. Next one, I had a gentleman come in and buy 4 Navy ship cards, and these are all USS Long Beach. So if you keep your listings consistent and put them where people can find them, they'll buy your stuff. This is a Chrome card, USS Long Beach. That's the Long Beach right there. Going through. Next ones are photos. 1 postcard and 3 photos. And all of these together sold for $27.46 because you got the 15% discount. Plus the photos sell full price $7.75 or $8.75. So they got a discount. This is a photo from the 1991 of the Long Beach. This is from 1979 of the Long Beach. And these are actual photos on photo paper. And this is the Long Beach doesn't say, or 1960s. And now, where am I getting that information? Somebody that had these cards before cataloged all of them, and I'm able to, that's how fast I can list those because everything's right there. but these are actual photos, not real photo postcards. And he purchased all those, and these will go in one envelope to the gentleman, and he paid $27.46. So I sold 14 cards today. Not bad. I want to do 16 a day, $80 a day, raise my ASP, and be picky about buying this year. So I'm 2 down from my goal of the cards, but with that higher price cards, I got the money. I made $112.76 on all those cards. And if you break that down, take $112.76 divided by 14, will give you an average sale price of $8.05. And that one card did help with that. So that was a good day. I'm happy with that. There's been days lately, it's just all over the board. It's going to be a rough year. Anybody out there, I would get some good days, I'd be putting money away. Just set it to the side for the slower days, because it's very sporadic. It's not charting real well, like a trend or anything. It's just up and side trend, up trend, down trend. It's just all over the place, so it's kind of in fluctuation. And it being an election year and all that stuff, and different things going on in the economy, eBay, all these different variables, I think is a perfect storm. But it doesn't mean we'll stop reselling. We're not going to not make money. It's just maybe we're not going to be making as much as we did last quarter or whatever. So we just kind of got to watch that and plan for the worst, hope for the best, is what I do. That's what's sold. Special topic, Wacky Packages, the stickers. I'm going to give you a little history about them, and then I'm going to talk about how I look for them and some of the things I found and what I looked for. I'm not an expert on them. I don't know all of them and stuff like Garbage Pail Kids. I got to refresh myself on them because I don't see them that often. And I always forget which year or whatever's the best ones. I know a few of them, but I do pick them up because I usually get them pretty cheap if they're not stuck onto something on there. But let's go ahead and get started. So I'll go through these little paragraphs. I'm going to show you some Wacky Packages as I do this, so you'll get to see what they are, and then we're going to dive into some different years of it, and then we'll look at the pricing and sell-through rate. Here we go. Wacky Packages started in the 1960s as a fun idea to make stickers that parodied everyday household products. Artists would create funny versions of popular items like cereal boxes, cleaning products, and snack foods. These stickers were meant to be silly and make people laugh. Kids in the 1970s loved collecting Wacky Packages stickers. I remember them. That's the era I grew up. They would trade them with their friends and stick them on their school books and bedroom walls. Each sticker had a funny name and picture that made fun of the real product. It was like a secret joke just for kids. As the years went by, Wacky Packages became even more popular. They released new series with updated jokes and designs. Even though the styles and trends changed, the humor of Wacky Packages stayed the same. People of all ages enjoyed the funny stickers and the nostalgia of seeing their favorite products spoofed. Today, Wacky Packages are still being made, and they've become collector's items for people who grew up with them. They're a reminder of a simpler time when a good laugh could be found on the back of a cereal box or a can of soda. Whether you're a kid or adult, Wacky Packages are sure to bring a smile to your face. As of my last update on this, I think I did Garbage Pail Kids, I talked a little bit about them. There have been numerous series of Wacky Packages released since its inception in the 1960s. The exact number of series may vary depending on how they are categorized. So some gray areas, some crossover, as there have been various releases, reprints, and special editions over the years. However, there have been over 15 main series of Wacky Packages, with each series containing multiple sets of stickers featuring humorous parodies of popular consumer products. Additionally, there have been numerous spin-offs, special editions, and reissues, further adding to the extensive collection of Wacky Packages available to collectors and fans. So they're all over the place. It's like Garbage Pail Kids. You got to know your series and stuff like that. And there's white, tan, stuff. There's different things that you're going to find on Garbage Pail Kids or Wacky Packages like here. And you just got to know some key things to look for. So I got some facts here on Wacky Packages. I got 2 facts. Wacky Packages origin story. One weird fact about Wacky Packages is that they were originally created as a series of trading cards called Wacky Ads. Now remember that name. Wacky Ads is what they originally were made. in 1967. However, they were later rebranded as stickers due to the popularity of stick-on items among kids at the time. This unexpected shift in format ultimately led to the iconic sticker series that became a cultural phenomenon. So when they originally started, they were called Wacky Ads in 1967. You get your hands on those, as you'll see, those are pretty good. Next fact is legal challenges. Just like Garbage Pail Kids with Cabbage Patch and stuff like that, this fact is that Wacky Packages faced legal challenges early on due to their parodies of well-known consumer products. These other products, I mean, they were doing major brands. They have lawyers and money, right? In the 1970s, Topps, the company behind Wacky Packages, so Topps is the one that made these, was sued by several companies for trademark infringement. However, the courts ruled in favor of Topps, stating that the stickers were a form of satire and protected under the First Amendment. The legal precedent paved the way for the continued production and success of Wacky Packages. So these corporations were going after them because they were, parody and stuff, and they considered it satire. Just like the Garbage Pail Kids, they had to change their logo because of the Cabbage Patch, the likeness of them. So they decided they would make like 3 changes on a card, and then you can watch that video about Garbage Pail Kids, and I talk about the different labels, titles, and the layout of the card, and you can tell when they got sued and what they did to make it differently. But that's a little history about Wacky Packages. You saw a lot of different ones go by, but you're saying, I don't know what to pick up. So how do you determine the rarest Wacky Package stickers? I put together a list here of what I look for, and it kind of falls in what I do. So determining the rarest Wacky Packages can be subjective and may vary depending on factors such as collector demand, condition, and availability. That's with postcards too. However, here are 5 stickers, 5. I broke it down to just 5. You can count them on one hand, that are considered among the rarest and most sought after by collectors. And you're probably not going to find them laying in around, but then you could at an auction or estate sale or antique booth or stuff like that. But the first one, and I'll put it down here at the bottom so you can read along, Series 1 die cuts from 1967. These are among the earliest Wacky Package stickers, featured die-cut designs that are more prone to damage and therefore harder to find in good condition. Remember, they talked about condition. So Series 1 die cuts is the first one. Next one is Test Series stickers from 1967. These were prototype stickers released before the official launch of Wacky Packages. They were distributed in limited quantities, making them highly sought after by collectors. It's going to be hard to find those, the prototypes and stuff. So that was number 2. The third rarest is 1969 die-cut posters. These are large format posters featuring Wacky Packages artwork and were originally available through mail order due to their size and limited distribution. They were considered rare collectible items. So these were mail order posters from 1969. Number 4. 1972 Wacky Ads. Series 2, not the original. The series introduced a new format featuring full-color advertisements which were only produced in a short period, making them relatively rare, hard to find, compared to other series. So they redid that in 1992, reissued those. And the last one, the rarest, die-cut magnets. Magnets, not stickers, not posters, not cards. Magnets, Series 1. The series featured die-cut magnets instead of stickers and had a limited release. Low supply, high demand, more money. The magnets were prone to damage, making them rare finds in good condition. Now these are just some few examples of the rarest, the top 5 things, and there are many other rare and valuable stickers out there, Wacky Package stickers, with rarity often dependent on factors such as age, condition, and the collector demand. And we're going to look at that here in a second. What I get out of this and what I look for, just like lunchboxes, 60s and 70s. So if I see something with 60s or 70s and it's a good price, I'll probably pick it up. I'll do more research when I get home. But that's like with the lunchboxes I have, and with these and Garbage Pail Kids, I have dates in my head that, okay, this is a newer one, I don't really want that, I want the older ones. So if you're looking to make top dollar on them, and you see 60s and 70s, take a second and third look at them. Just make it easy. But these are the top 5, and they're probably harder to find than ever. But if you do run across them at an auction or something, or antique booth, people don't know. Just like I won't remember everything I'm telling you right now. I just remember 60s and 70s. Lunchboxes and Wacky Packages. So that's a little history. Now let's get in and see if these things sell. What's the sell-through rate on these things? Remember, I do this little chart. Red, 0 to 3%. Really don't want to pick those up, but I end up picking them up sometimes. Not saying they won't sell. They just won't sell as fast as the others. 4 to 10% is where I work all the time. That's what I look for. That's what I sell a lot of, the most of. The chromes, divided back to chromes and stuff. Regular subjects. But then while I'm looking for those, I usually find the very high. Just like that baseball team card I sold today. I find those in lots. I think I paid that maybe 60 cents for that card, 40 cents. I'm not for sure. I can't remember. I have to look back and see where I got that from. I did some detail on that, where I got different things. But that was, I think it was out of an album that I bought. But the sell-through rate, real easy. Take sold divided by listed times 100, gives me a percent. I round up or down. I'm not looking to be at the last card and right down to the semantics and stuff. Don't care if it's off 0.1%. I just want it to fall in a range. Is it something I'm going to gamble on and take a, or is it a solid bet that it's going to sell? So I went out there and I did Wacky Packages in eBay, and I got 5,900 sold, but there's 44,000 listed. So there's a lot of these. Times it by 100, but it gives you a 13% sell-through rate. So people are still buying these. That falls into the very high on the chart. Not bad, but let's see what bounce it up against some other stickers in these trade cards. So I put garbage pail kits. There's 46,000 sold, 270,000 listed. 17%. So 13, 17. So Wacky Packages, garbage pail kids. Keep your eyes on them. 60s and 70s for the Wacky Packages. But there's 270,000 garbage. I know I have a bunch out there, some out there, and I have some Wacky Package stickers. I don't have a problem picking these up. They just keep gaining value. But garbage pail kids, there's a lot of duds out there, a lot of good ones. Then Wacky Package 13%. Then I have some other trade cards in my thing, and I said, well, what about Andy Griffith? I have some of those, and they do sell every once in a while, 6%. And then Happy Days was a TV show back in the 70s. 6%. So they don't sell as well as the Wacky Packages, but I put Garbage Pail Kid and Wacky Packages together in my head, and 13, 17%. I think 13% is a good number. I'll go with that. It's a very high card. So when you get those, they demand a second, third, fourth, fifth look, is what that tells me. So that's sell-through rate. Now let's take a look at what's out there on eBay. I did a little different spin on this because I saw some different things. I usually don't show you what's listed because that's just what someone wants, not what someone paid for it. But I wanted to show you what's listed out there, and you can see so you don't go off the rabbit hole. But here's one, 1967 Wacky Packy die cuts. It's probably one of the originals. It's graded, and this is an unopened pack, a PSA 9, so it's graded. $3,500 they want for this is what they listed it for. Free shipping, and there's 15 watchers watching this. So that's probably an original Wacky Pack, one of the first series, and it's unopened, and it's graded to a 9. I think 10's the top. $3,500, but that's listed. It hasn't sold. I got some solds here too. Then you got the next one. These are extreme. These are the higher, way high ones, okay? I do the extreme pricing first. These are stuff way up there. Not the real high ones, but this is pretty high for stickers. The next one is $3,295 for a 1973 Topps Wacky Packages Pure Hex First White Beck PSA 10 Gem Mint. A mint PSA 10 they want $3,300 for. Think they'll get it? We'll see here in a second. Next one is $2,095. Remember, this is the top watermark. This is the high stuff. We're going to get into the average high stuff here in a second. 1973 Topps Wacky Packages Spray Knit White back. That's why I was talking about the white back. You saw that on the other one, white backed. There's different little shades on there. When you niche down into stuff like this, you start getting into details, and that's one of them. PSA 10, another one. It might be the same seller, but this one says authenticity guaranteed. So it went through the authenticity program with eBay or whatever. The other one didn't say that, but they want $2,800 for that. So there's 3 right there listed, not sold, but this is what they want. Let's look at the sold. Here's one. So we looked at the listed, now we're looking at the sold, and you're saying those numbers, they're not going to get that. Well, look at this one. This is Cracked Animals. Wacky Packages, 1967. Remember I said 60s and 70s. Die cut Cracked Animals, number 38. Each one's got a number on them. $1,200 they sold that for. And it says authenticity guarantee. There was 40 bids in an auction, and they sold that for $1,188. So $1,200 they sold that. So we were looking at those 3,000 ones, and this isn't even graded. So the other 3 that I showed you listed are graded. This isn't graded, and it sold for $1,200. And it's a 60 or 1960s. Next one is a graded one. It looks like it's in some type of grade. It's authenticity guaranteed. 1967, another 60s. Wacky Pack die cut number 30 Rats Crackers, $676. There was 13 bids. It looked like everything's really going with auctions here. So Wacky Packages think auctions if you get a rare one. They see how they do. So $676. Then you got a graded one here, PSA 5. Remember those other ones were 10s. This is 5, so it's half of the other one. 1969. Another 1960s. I said 60s and 70s. If you hear it 3 times, you usually remembered it. That's why I'm repeating it. That's how it works for me. If I hear it 3 times, I usually remember it for a while. Maybe a week or so. Wacky. This is a Wacky Ads. Remember what I talked about, the Wacky Ads? I'm not for sure. I'd have to go and look and see if it's the right one, but it's around the right year and stuff. But it says Wacky Ads, so maybe they're Wacky Packages because it says a sticker. They were originally ads, not stickers, remember? So it's a little confusing there for me because I don't know all the niche things about it. I'd have to go and look at that. Why are they calling it Wacky Ads when the ads came out first and they weren't? Then they moved the stickers, and this is saying Wacky Ads sticker. It should be Wacky Packages sticker, I think. But that's that's a rabbit hole you can go down if you see one of these and you want to buy it. That's how you can get stuck in a rabbit hole. And I'm right at the top of the hole right now. But will I dig down into it now because I'm not looking to buy it. An empty graded PSA 5, $1,200. It's sold for $1,200. So if you get some rare ones from the 60s or 70s and you can verify and get authenticity on them, or whatever this stuff is, you can have some good money there. People don't really know what these are a lot of times. But let's get down to earth. What we see every day. I got some sold highs and I got some sold lows. Don't want to pop your bubble, but I just did. A little bit. But I got 3 of them here for sold high. I haven't done sold high and sold low in a while. I've been doing extreme and just regular average. But this is a 1973 Wacky Packages Series 3 Spit and Spill with Spick and Span logos or whatever it says on there. $37. That's a far cry from $700, $1,300, $1,100, right? This is where the higher ones in the average. It's the high watermark of the stuff you're going to find every day. Next one is a 1973 Cover Ghoul instead of Cover Girl makeup. 10. It's a tan back. Now this is tan back. The other ones were white back. So there's different things on there. Does it give you more money? You'd have to go out and check on that. This says tan back. $37.59. Next sticker, this is a graded one. PSA 8. 1975. Satan wrap. It looks like. Yeah, Satan wrap, devil wrap. 14th series, and that's sold for $37. So if you look at the high watermark for the average ones, not the real rare 1960s early ones and stuff, all the 70s here are going for 30 to, I would say 35 to $40, $30 to $35. These sold for $37, so be conservative. And these are 70s, the other one were 60s. So you can see the difference. But then you go and you take a look at low. There's a lot of them out there that don't sell for a lot of money. First one here, 1970s. Even though I pick up the 70s, you can still get some that are duds, bums. Sticker, 99 cents, sold, free shipping. They ain't made no money on that one. They're paying the people to buy that card because even if they ship it with a stamp, but if you use eBay standard envelope, if these can go in that, I'm not for sure. I don't remember, but let's say 68 cents. That's going to leave you 11 cents. Then you got to pay the fee, your time, your store cost or whatever. There's no money left in bums. 99 cents. I would have never started off at 99 cents. I just sold another card, $4.75 for a USS Alexander Hamilton SSBM, which is a submarine, 617, and that sold for $4.75. Another one to add to my stack. But so be careful with these. You're going to get some duds, but I throw out these 99-cent things a lot and stuff, and I still put them up for $4 to $5 to start the real low ones because there's no money in this. It's a waste of time. Even if you sell a lot of them, there's no money for your time. It's not worth the time to do it. Lot them up. People will buy them. Next one is vintage spud stick, potato deodorant spud stick. Sold for, they took a best offer on $1.49. I don't put best offer on $4 to $5 cards because I'm not going to argue about 25 to 50 cents. It's not going to make or break me. I can find that in the car, under my car seat in the car. So $1.49. And the next one, that was didn't even say what year it was, and they have the year on there. And it looks like a white back. The bums are a tan back. Tops 1973 to 74. Wacky Packages series. Plop sickle. Tan back. $1.50. Free shipping. Another one. They're taking their time. They're getting their conchings, and they're happy with that. But at the end of when everything's done, you're not going to have much. And so that's why I don't chase the 99-cent postcards, the $1.99 auctions. And some people say that they do well with it. That's fine. That's not my model. But I don't even consider those in comping anything. I wouldn't even look at I wouldn't even look at these to comp. It would just tell me they're average cards, $4.75, $5 on there. There's nothing special about them. But if you notice, 70s didn't do as well as the 60s. That's why I say 60s, 70s, and take a second look at them. But that's the pricing on them. Are any of you guys out there really into Wacky Packages? Then give some more detail in the comments. So, because I just give you a real high overview about what I know about these and what I pick up. I find them at antique stores a lot, and I find them in lots or auctions is where I find a lot of these. And I know a friend of mine had a sticker book with a bunch of stickers in there. I sent them because I wasn't going to deal with it, and they sold it for good money, and they were stuck in. You just got to get into the niche and see what it is, but there's a lot of these out there, a lot of garbage pail kids too. What do you guys think? Wacky Packages. When you do postcards, you're going to find trade cards with them. The ephemera goes together a lot, so don't shy away from them. There could be some money there. And then worst bet, lot them up. NASCAR little trade cards, I lot those up. They don't do well. So, for me. Who knew? Now we get into this fantastic world of AI. Everybody's fear of Terminator, Skynet's coming down to take over. It's code. It's ones and zeros. I've seen this for years. We used to have some type, you could call it AI back in the day. It would do things automatically. It's just programming. Do this, do if this, do this. Basic programming. Now this gets into more data mining, data queries, database stuff, learning, adding more information it can pull from. There's probably more to it I could ever, because I'm not a database guy, data scientist. They go to school for that. They understand all that stuff, the DBAs, database administrators. They're pulling that from the back end, the internet, just that. But one thing I found about AI, If I put something in there, say I put Wacky Packages in there, or I put postcards in there of some subject, church postcards, divided back, it might give me the wrong date, or it might give me the wrong information. So you're still spending time verifying what it pulls. It does help with writing stuff and doing pictures, and people can do things, but it's still the verification time is, you still gotta trust it, but you gotta verify, because it can throw out some wrong information. It doesn't know. It's just answering your question. But the poll I put out was, do you use eBay AI descriptions in your listings? 3% said yes, they are great. Only 3% out of 93 people that participated said that they're great. Then I put in there yes, but I have to modify them. 14%. So they're okay, but they have to make some changes, which increases listing time. And then I put in a no, they suck. That's what I hear a lot. The technical word, they suck. 72% are where I'm at. I think they're horrible. It's not, descriptions to me for postcards and stuff, there's no added equipment, serial numbers, a lot of that stuff that you can't put in a title or item specifics in a postcard. I just copied a title. But they suck, 72%. Other were 11%. And I got some comments from other people, not just me talking up here. I like the polls because people throw perspectives on there. Because people can be swayed. Maybe I'm thinking one way. That's all I've been exposed to. But if I get exposed to other people talking about it, it can change and broaden your thinking about it. And change some of the things you think about that. And you have to be open to that. So that's why I like the comments. Wandering Ghoul, Zombie, I've experimented with them. They seem okay, but I can see how if someone were to use them seriously, they have to be tweaked a bit. Yeah, you gotta do a lot with them, I think, as you'll see here in a moment. Thanks, Ghoul. Wandering Ghoul. Then Kay Hollins, I have used AI on a few listings, but with all the editing needed, modifications again to it, I have decided to stop. It just takes too much time. AI can be a time saver on some things, but I think with this, with all the modifications you gotta do, make sure it's right, it's a time, it doesn't save you time. Thanks, Kay. Then that dude said he tried it. They are not perfect, so they sometimes need modifications. So you gotta, it gives you a starting point, but you still gotta modify. I stopped using them very quickly, though, because they really aren't necessary. A short description or even a repeat of the title is enough to sell a postcard. From experience. Thanks, that dude. Jungle Man. I copy and paste from my title, while AI probably would be writing some glorified statement before I could move on. Time is money. Had to fire AI. So he fired AI. So yeah, right there it says they have to modify it. It's time. So it hasn't saved. What I'm getting the picture here is I gotta go in and verify it, modify it, edit it, and that takes time, and they just give up on it because it takes too much time. So it's not a time saver, and it has to be modified. Then Rebel Depot, the AI descriptions are pretty terrible in the current state. They'll probably get better as they go, but they're pulling, as you'll see where they're pulling information from, they're not being that unique. I usually avoid buying from sellers that use these descriptions. If they don't care enough to type out a description, that's not a good sign of how the rest of the transaction will go. It could be. Some people think it's the next big thing that's going to get them from 5 cards to 50 cards. This is just another piece of the puzzle that makes up your whole listing. This is not a deal breaker, AI stuff. And I don't care what anybody tells you about pictures and all that stuff. It's just another piece of the whole package. But with postcards, I found I don't use it. Now, when I do move it, I do the social media thing where I've always done it with Pinterest. And eBay has that. If you look at the top of your thing and go to Marketing Social, you can see how you can create a Pinterest site with folders, and you put pins there. I've been doing that for years. I got like over 16,000 pins there of postcards, and I only put up maybe 10 a week or whatever now. But I used to pick all the little hashtags because Pinterest and Instagram, they like hashtag stuff. I'm not into all that. I just get my name out there, and I've been doing it forever. I used to do it on Etsy. But now, export one of your cards over to Pinterest, you can click AI description. So that's the only place I use it, because I really don't care what's on Pinterest. I'm not selling anything. I'm just getting the name out there, and they can click on it and go back to eBay. But it just pulls all this crazy hashtag stuff in there. So every time it just saves me time to put them up on there. So that's the only place I use them without modifying. I just click it and let it go, because it's Pinterest. Thanks, Rebel. And then Postcard Shack Gary, the couple times I've tried it, it was very wordy. Made little or no sense, and took longer to delete the false stuff and rewrite it than just listing the item as usual. Yeah. So out of all these things, I'm hearing a common thing. You have to edit it, have to verify it, which takes time, and it doesn't save time. It just bogs. It takes more time now. And it is the reward. Do you get enough rewards by doing this? I don't think so. That time you spend on there, on one listing, you could list 2 more cards and possibly sell them the same way. There's just not enough reward yet for using the AI stuff. Thanks everybody putting the comments in. But I got 2 examples. I went in there and I found a postcard in my store. Just randomly found one. And I went in and I revised and I said use the AI description. So I'm going to show you the front of the card. And then we're going to take a look at the AI description it gives me that people put in their things. So the first one is an aerial view of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Nothing special. It says Grand Rapids in the aerial view. So I click AI, and this is what it tells me right here. This postcard features a stunning aerial view of Grand Rapids. Pulled it from my title. The 5 by 3.5 inch printed lithograph card is made of high quality cardboard material and is an original unposted piece from the linen era, 1930-1945. Where did it get all that information? It just rewrote the item specifics I had in the listing. That's all it did. The postcard showcases the city of Grand Rapids in all its glory, highlighting the unique features and landmarks, because it knows it's an aerial view. This is a topographical card, again, from my listing, and that is perfect for collectors or anyone interested in history of Michigan. It's an older postcard. It knows it's vintage. It comes as a single unit and is not part of any set. Item specifics. The postcard is in excellent condition and would make a great addition to any collections. It just rewrote item specifics. And then it puts in there it's in excellent condition. It might not be. You start putting stuff like that in there, you might get some questions. So that's one. Now let's take a look and see if it does it again. Now this is greetings from Conant Bluffs, Iowa, and it's a telephone building, a Bell telephone building. It says again, this features a Bell telephone building in Council Bluffs. I think that's what I put in the title. The card measures, it does the same thing. It's from the photochrome era, 1939 to now. That's exactly what's in item specifics. It depicts a building and landscape of Council Bluffs. The postcard is unposted. That's from item specifics. Excellent condition. When you put excellent condition on a used postcard, what does that mean? It's a single unit. It's not signed or no custom features. Item specifics. This collectible item is perfect for those interested in cities and towns in North America and would make a great addition to any postcard. Same stuff. Why do you think over all that, for a year, 2 years, they've been getting us to put item specifics in there? Because they knew they were going to AI, is what I figure. And where they're going to pull the information about the item, they're going to pull it from item specifics. Well, right here doesn't give me, I'm not going to use it. There's nothing here that will get me to sell more cards. So I just showed you an example. It's just pulling it from the listing. It's paraphrasing what you put in the item specifics, and people, that's not what sells postcards. The picture sells for postcards. So be careful with it. I wouldn't spend the time with it right now. Like these other people said, it's kind of fluff, you ask me, is what I think of it. So I don't worry about AI and stuff. I've been in the technical world forever and seen, all these different CRM, customer relationship management. They come in and scare the VIPs, the VPs and stuff about things, the salespeople. CRM is the only way you can do it. Everybody's doing it, and they're trying to do the same thing here with AI. Because they got to get a different spin to make something new. I think it helps some industries, but I don't think it'll help me. What do you think? Put it in the comments.
The SMPostcards Ko-Fi shop has a collection of postcard supplies to meet your reselling needs. From protective sleeves to envelopes and tantalizing postcard lots, we have everything you need to enhance your reselling experience. But that's not all. If you sign up as a member in either the white border or divided back tier, you're entitled to an incredible 40% discount on all items purchased in the shop. Whether you're a seasoned seller or just starting your postcard reselling journey, this discount is here to make your reselling experience even better. Stock up on top quality supplies. Visit the SM Postcards online Ko-Fi shop today and transform your postcard reselling to the next level. To see more, follow the link in the video description below.
Viewer comments come from eBay, YouTube, emails. So the best way to send something is put a comment in the video. I consider them public. When you do that, it has your name and everybody can see it. I'll use it in a video. If you send me an email, it's more private and stuff like that. I'll ask if I can use it. Or if I use something, I'll just paraphrase a piece of it without the name. So I just forewarn people, if you put it in YouTube, open season on those. But don't be afraid to comment. Make sure they're relative to video and stuff. We can always reply. But the first one I got here, I got 3 of them. Flippin' Ohio. I use postmark date unless the manufacturer date is on the card. This was a poll. When you put a date and a title of a postcard, do you get it from the postmark, the manufacturer date, or different? I had different things there, and they're saying he uses the postmark date unless the manufacturer date is on the card, or if it's an RPPC, then he uses the earliest date of the stamp box. So that's his model. Now remember, when you put a date in there, if a card, not saying flipping around, Ohio's doing it wrong, you got to have some kind of date sometimes on the old thing if you want to put that in there. But so say I bought this card in 1935, I could put it in a drawer and 10 years later mail it out. So the postmark just tells you one thing: this card was made before the postmark, and stuff like that. So dating them with postmarks, manufacturers, and stuff like that is a good start and stuff, and you can put it in there, people understand it and stuff like that. But just like our PPCs with the stamp boxes, you can get those. I have it right here. It's a little card. It's for free. You can download this in the Ko-Fi store. This little thing right up here. There's a link in the video description. If you have a stamp box with Azo squares and corners, it's from 1927, 1940 on real photo postcards. Here's your arrows. I got those in there. Or if you wanted a card like this, I just got them in a top loader, and I have them here so I can flip back and forth. I can't remember the dates and stuff. I mean, if you want them up there, if you want me to send you a card, it's basically a cost of me doing it out there. But if you want to download them for free, they're up there. I got it from somewhere. It's open information. It's nothing I created. But he's right. He's got a system, and that's what he uses and stuff like that. Be careful with the dates. Some people, collectors, can get stupid about them. But it's a good place to start. Tells people the history and stuff like that. Thanks, Flippin'. Then Brenda, do you think offering free shipping correlates to more sales daily on eBay versus charging eBay standard envelope shipping fee? I do charge the eBay standard envelope shipping fee, but it's inside the price. I don't separate it out. My shipping says free. I built it into the price of the card. No, I've never done a test to see the difference. There's pros and cons of doing both ways. I think free shipping is a time saver for me. I don't have to do all this other stuff about credits and all that. They get a volume discount. I just started with it years ago, and I just kind of kept it with postcards. Now, if it's like the card I sold today of the baseball team for $30-some, that is not free shipping. That's ground advantage. So I have a different shipping policy for higher price postcards over $20. But anything under $20 that goes eBay standard envelope will have free shipping. So is it a game changer? It's just another piece of the puzzle. But I say, if you are charging shipping and you put $4 or $5 and you put 68 cents under shipping, people can't add 68 cents. Put $1 shipping and $5 is $6. Now your card's over probably people, and they see the separate and they got to think. I just think in my head, $5 free shipping. Buy. They're scrolling on their phone. People don't want to think, is what I figured. But it just makes it easier on my part. I have everything like that. I'm not going to go in and change it thinking it's going to get me more sales, because I have no proof of that. If anybody out there done a test of that or have any other ideas for Brenda, but I don't have any data to back up saying yes or no it does. I just know it's a time saver for me. It's the way I've been doing it. There's pros and cons to each way you're doing it. And you just got to pick a way, stick with it, and see what works. Thanks, Brenda. Then flip for real. Now this was from my eBay standard envelope analysis I do at the beginning of every month from the month before. What this is I choose 100 different paid and shipped postcards from my month, all random, and I check for the scans of the origin, destination, out for delivery, delivered, how many days the post office took to get it, what state it was, and I calculate it. If the scans or any category is below 90%, that causes us more work. And we want to see, I track how many refunds, how many requests, where's my postcard, because delivered isn't the same as delivered with the package. It's still at the sorting centers and stuff like that. It takes a couple of days to get there. You get that, where's my postcard? How many of those you get, how many refunds, how many claims I get, how many times the post office didn't pick up my stuff. I have that in the videos, and I have some charts and stuff, and talk a little bit about eBay Standard, how it works. So this one, while I was talking in that video, I got a envelope back in my P.O. box. It was 6 months old, returned. It just showed up. The customer never said anything. I never got anything back. It just showed up in my P.O. box. And I think it's a post office issue that it's set out for too long. And this is another flip to real, has a different spin on it here, which is I'm open to. I think it's an exception, but it can happen. So you want to think about that before pulling the trigger. But I did pull the trigger on that one. I think it was slipped in a bag or something happened. But this kind of gives some a different way to look at it. He said it could mean a few different things. The not deliverable sticker is not always a mistake by the USPS. For example, there could be a dangerous animal complaint at the address, or even an incident where a carrier was bitten and a homeowner has to go to the post office to get their mail. After a while, or not coming to retrieve the mail, they send it back to the sender. The fact that it isn't specific on the transparency side of what causes people to constantly rip on the UPS. Until they're transparent, I'm going to point my fingers at the post office. That's where the sticker came from. So that's how I think. Not saying you're wrong or I'm right, but this is a different spin. I know someone who delivers, and once a large dog busted out of a screen door intact and bit them. The homeowners refused to come pick up their mail, and eventually it was sent back. Yeah, I don't know if this was the case at all. Like you said, there was no transparency. I'm going to point the finger at the post office. And the reason that I got this back. Now, it was only a $4 or $5 thing, but I couldn't do anything with it. The customer didn't get it. I couldn't refund it. It was too late to do anything. I'll just relist it. It's just a normal average $4.75 card. It was nothing special. I have no problem refunding those. But that's the difference between. So sometimes you got to think it's not all the post office, but until I get more information, I'm a data person. The sticker came from the post office, not deliverable. That's an address or an issue or something. I don't know. Not enough information. If they gave you more information, it would be a book on there so I can see why they don't have it. But until they do, I'll point it that way. But thanks for it. If anybody's got some Wacky Package collection when they were kids or anything like that, I do the show and tell feature every so often. I got a bunch of stuff in there again. It's starting to build up, so I'll be doing another one with all the stuff people sent. Send me some pictures of some of them you got. Even if they're in a sticker book on your wall, shoe, or whatever, would be great to see. I like the garbage pail stickers. I like the Wacky Package. I don't sell them enough to really dig in where I would with postcards. But by doing these videos, I hope it helps someone when you see them. That 60s and 70s is what I think about lunchboxes. And if they're 60s or 70s, they deserve a second, third, fourth, fifth look. That's what I think. Even at an auction stuff. Thanks for watching. I got some new fish.